am Komodo Mapane, the headlines. President Boko leaves for Antwerp, Belgium to attend the third fastest conference. Government commits to ensuring press freedom and independent state-owned media.
And in sports, the BR Highlanders defeat Sankoyo Bushbacks in a First Division North League clash.
Interpreting in sign language is Topo Taposa. Good evening. President Advocate Duma Boko left for Belgium this morning on a two-day working visit, which will see him participate at the third fastest conference from Tuesday. President Boko is expected to give a keynote address at the conference themed Navigating a New Era. The conference will bring together over 350 key stakeholders from the diamond industry and related sectors. The conference, organized by the World Diamond Center, the umbrella organization representing the world's oldest and foremost diamond trade hub, will deliberate on the current state of the diamond industry. While in Belgium, President Boko will meet with the Prime Minister of Belgium, Mr. Alexandre De Croo, to discuss bilateral relations and issues of mutual interest. President Boko will also tour the AWDC offices and Diamond District, visit the Diamond Polisher and Rosy Blue site holder. He will also hold meetings in Brussels with the Secretary General of the Organization of African, Caribbean and Pacific States, Mr. George Chikoto. President Boko is accompanied by First Lady Ms. Kawana Boko, the Minister of International Relations Dr. Penyo Budale, the Minister of Minerals and Energy Ms. Buholo Kenewendo, and senior government officials. President Boko and his delegation are expected back home on Thursday, November the 28th. The Minister for State President, Mr. Mwiti Muhasa, has noted government's intention in ensuring exercise of media freedoms on the part of state-owned media. He further stated the urgency of establishing an independent regulatory board which will look into ensuring both state media and private media operate freely, as well as abide by ethical and governing principles in their service to the public. He was speaking during his first press conference following his assumption of official duties as minister. Utsidile Nkabitsi with the report.
Botswana's new government's first 100 days in office are officially in motion, with various reforms across ministries in plain sight. A major shift is in the books for state-owned media, as government now lays emphasis on its independence from government influence.
We have always said, and I will repeat, mass media in the NC is a propaganda arm. Ya the ruling part. If you are a mass media, it's also a board, independent from political interference. That is still our position. So a mass media, the government should compete for space more like everybody else. This thing you can get
while acknowledging the need for media freedom and keeping government accountable as it serves the interests of its populace, a weighty responsibility also lies on the shoulders of the Fourth Estate to do its part in abiding by professional ethics.
The state has no business more regulating. One, responsible journalists. Two, the hand space to perform. How would you mohale rabata sengwe se setana answer o ha minister ha wa dira sente ha megadi kgang ha wa dira sente.
Media freedom plays a critical role in strengthening democracy and human rights, which is good ground for societal development, a priority the new government continues to emphasize. Utsidile Onkabetsi, BTV News, Gaborone.
Still at the news conference, Minister Mwasa highlighted that government remains steadfast in ensuring that the Independent Electoral Commission IEC fully serve its mandate independently and with utmost diligence. Mr. Mwasa says the IEC's independence will be assurance that the entity serves the citizens of this country with transparency. Mojadi Mukibelo reports.
When briefing the media, Minister for State President Mr. Mohasa noted that one of the priority items on the manifesto is for the Independent Electoral Commission (IEC) to remain independent and serve with transparency, which they strongly advocate for. Amongst some of the key reforms he spoke to is the counting of the ballot papers at the polling stations.
UDC government illa haeta and we are a project and as we walk along we have to make sure we
Umbrella for Democratic Change is a project for Botswana, and we believe that we should review the IEC Act and make sure it's independent. We will amend a lot of things in the Act.
And make sure the IEC is independent. Not IEC as it is right now, independent. So one of the things that discuss the Electoral Act.
Mr. Mohasa also noted that Directorate on Corruption and Economic Crime (DCEC) is one of the oversight bodies to be considered when carrying out this exercise.
DCEC
As government, we believe DCEC should submit the reports to Parliament as opposed to submitting those reports to the President like it was the case before. We believe there should be an overhaul on DCEC Act to make it independent as well.
Even the appointment of the head IEC. Sanso when the committee of parliament, sanso interview in all the public.
He also noted that the bargaining council will commence negotiations with relevant stakeholders February next year.
La itse gore ne re ntse re bua ka gore go tshwanetse gore go baakangwe bargaining council.
The bargaining council should be reviewed, and we have already met with the DPSM director, and we both agreed that the council should be in effect by the end of February next year. We also want to review and amend the Public Service Act in consultation with the relevant unions.
Amending the Public Service Act, in consultation with the unions.
Mr. Mohasa also urged the public servants to work on merit when delivering services to the public, as they form an integral part of the transformative journey of propelling Botswana to greater heights. Mojadi Mokibelo, BTV News, Gaborone.
Meanwhile, the Assistant Minister for State President, Ms. Maipelo Mophuting, says the new government regards gender-based violence issues as a national emergency, hence the need to ensure that Parliament passes and implements the GBV Violation Act in order to create a safer Botswana for all. Ms. Mophuting was speaking at the commemoration of 16 days of activism against gender-based violence organized by the Botswana Family Welfare Association, BOFWA, in Gaborone. Jessica Pilane reports.
Gender-based violence still remains a threat in this country as more registered cases of GBV continue to escalate. However, in an effort to address the social ill, Botswana Family Welfare Association (BOFA) held a petition event in which they called for urgent passing and implementation of the GBV violation bill at Parliament.
We are experiencing it because we are dealing with every day. You know, we're counseling young people. Our clients are ranging from 10 to 24. If those experience it at that age, what about when they come to my age? They'll be damaged. So that is why we're saying at the end, this call for action, the bill being reviewed. We reviewed, beefed up some of the things it is included, and then that's why it can pass.
We as the National Gender Commission support this, and we stand ready to give whatever support that is necessary in order for our government and our people and our members of parliament to achieve this goal, because this is the one milestone that is necessary.
The Assistant Minister for State President, Ms. Mophuting, has acceded to this request and assured that she will advocate for the passing and implementation of the bill in the first 100 days in office.
it is a very, very important bill for us as Botswana. We must pass it and we must start implementing. My job would not be complete if this is just a walk. We are creating awareness. What we are trying to do is we are implementing countrywide and surrounding areas.
One of the key things that we are looking to do is implement a national health insurance program. Access to
We are working on creating a national health insurance to enable every Motswana to access quality health care, as it is crucial when it comes to issues of GBV.
So, the healthcare aspect of it is quite important. So, we are serious about gender-based violence. We combat the health system is able to respond.
Collaboration between every individual is imperative in combating GBV in the community. Therefore, the public is urged to unite in fighting this deadly pandemic to create a Botswana where every individual can thrive in safety and dignity. Jessica Pilani, BTV News, Gaborone.
The Minister for International Relations, Dr. Penyo Budale, says that the disruptions to world order caused by conflicts such as the Russia-Ukraine war have demonstrated that Africa needs to move on from its reliance on foreign assistance and focus on cooperation among African states to improve its fortunes. Dr. Budale shared this view at the opening of the 19th edition of the African Economic Conference in Gaborone on Saturday. Tsolofelo Tombale reports.
The upheaval of global supply chains caused by incidents such as the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic and the Russia-Ukraine war, and the damage they inflicted on the economies of world powers, exposed the vulnerability in developing countries' habit of relying on them for funding and goods. This is why the new Minister of International Relations, Dr. Penyo Budale, has emphasized that African nations can no longer afford to continue talking about fostering their independence, but that it is now a matter of necessity.
As African governments, are we ready to implement? And for us, in Botswana, as the new government, we are ready and willing to partner with our international cooperating partners, and we are willing and ready to begin in earnest this journey towards the Africa we want as espoused in Agenda 2063 vision.
The experts highlighted the potential held by the continent.
The world is moved from being unipolar and bipolar to being multipolar. What does that mean? It means there is increasing competition between actors for interest. And Africa has become a destination for a lot of that competition because of what Africa has to offer. Its youthful population, its mineral content.
This continent has 65% of arable land to produce, remaining arable land in the whole world to produce food for the whole world. So we can feed Africa and feed the rest of the world.
Right now, as you were mentioning in the conference, we are at 15.6% in terms of tax to GDP ratio. That's the smallest ever. That's the lowest. And there's so much that we can do in terms of the technical competence for our taxpayers, in terms of digitizing the whole entire tax system so that everybody pays their share, bringing in the informal sector. There are many, 82% now are informal. And bringing them in the tax base actually can allow us to lower the tax and be able to get more.
The experts and delegates have also revealed that Africa's future lies in growing the value chains of finished goods to create employment and wealth. Tsolofelo Tombale, BTV News, Gaborone.
The construction of the Khanzi-Nyukare Road to be built at a cost of over 1,400 million pula will start in 2 weeks and is expected to be completed in 30 months. This was revealed to residents of Nyukare at a Khotla meeting addressed by the Minister of Transport and Infrastructure, who is also the Member of Parliament for Khanzi North, Mr. Noah Salakai. Angela Enosa reports.
The then Minister of Local Government and Rural Development designed the layout of the Khanzi and Nyukare Road in 2009. The road stretches 97.3 kilometers and includes access roads to East and West Hanahai. This project will accelerate inclusive and private sector-led growth in the provision of infrastructure and stimulate growth of other economic activities, especially in the agricultural sector. This project will create wealth and much-needed jobs in the Khansi district. The scope of this project entails the construction of the Khansi-Nutqadi Road, measuring 97.208 kilometers, including access roads to West Hanahai and East Hanahai, measuring 27.936 kilometers. The total length of the road to be constructed in this project is approximately 125 kilometers.
125 kilometers.
This project will bring much joy for the residents of the three villages who access many, if not all, their services in Khansi Township. The fact that the Khotla is not packed shouldn't make you think that it is because Nutqadi residents are not embracing this new project. It is a very welcome development. This signing is gratifying and makes me believe that indeed this development will see the light of day. I would like to implore the youth who will be employed during this project to ensure they save money they earn here to open up businesses which can improve their lives. This new road will give them access to new markets. The contractor promised to deliver the project on time, within scope and budget, and engage locals as the main workforce. Everywhere we have projects, we ensure we hire the locals there. And I really hope we work well with each other to ensure we finish the project on time, which is 30 months from now. The minister says this road will go a long way in connecting communities and settlements, improve access to production areas, and open up new opportunities for economic and social development. Angela Nosa, BTV News, Nutqadi.
Thank you for staying with BTV News at 9 o'clock. Now, the city of Francistown has been affected by a heavy hailstorm, which lasted for about 30 minutes. The hailstorm disrupted small-scale business operations, leading to lost revenue and productivity today. It is also reported to have caused significant damage to trees and cars at Nswazi Mall. Residents have been urged to refrain from parking their cars under trees, especially during especially during rainy seasons, to avoid possible damages caused by natural disasters.
Really ba go ba mo Francistown te ke pula engwe ya matshutshute re sa ne re sa solohela hore e ka re senyetsa re senyehetswe thata dilo di tsamaile gore go kopa kopane go te digase bo eng di stoko go te di ditafole re senyehetswe mo Francistown.
A Francistown High Court judge, Mr. Masilo Mataka, warns that boys who are without positive male role models are likely to be involved in criminal activities, premarital sexual activities, and participate in unhealthy behaviors in society. Mr. Mataka, who was the guest speaker at this year's International Men's Day held in Francistown, said many boys today are raised without male role models. But Tani Mendo has more.
The commemoration of International Men's Day was organized by the Ministry of Youth and Gender Affairs to foster conversations and advocate for issues that affect men as head of families. Locally, this day has been observed since 2013, following its adoption globally in November 1999. and men embrace this day as it gives them an opportunity to work towards objectives to ensure protection and provision for families. However, in Botswana, many families are still headed by females.
In Botswana, 55% of families are female-headed, and children in these families do not have a father figure to look up to. Even in homes where the father is present, research shows that on average a father spends less than 10 minutes a day on a one-on-one with his child. In our society, emotional and spiritual fatherlessness has become common. Children without positive male role models are more likely to be involved in criminal activity, premarital sexual activity, do not do good in school, and participate in unhealthy activities.
The emotional and the fatherless children. That's these people, they have a void. These are the people who go to Toronto because Runabo Rabon, Renzi Marnasip. It's a lot of Tulangana Motogel. Udirasone Sebese or Wana, this void for the whole of his life. Ubatara Samekala Malo Rubidiche. Everybody La Papa. I know he put our Lama.
The chairperson of men's sector, Mr. Magama, says this day was observed after it came out that men are usually faced with stigma and a lack of appreciation.
Let us use this platform to spark meaningful conversation. Let us use this platform to uplift each other as men.
This year, Botswana adopted the theme Promoting Men's Mental Health for Positive Masculinity. Bethany Mandu, BTV News, Francistown.
The Minister of Trade and Entrepreneurship, Mr. Treya Onenzima, has commended Business Botswana on its contribution to policy reform, job creation and economic diversification. Speaking at the Business Botswana annual gala dinner in Gaborone, Mr. Nzima highlighted that Business Botswana plays a pivotal role in advancing Botswana's development agenda. Horata Moranyani reports.
Public-private partnerships is one of the forms of collaboration between government and the private sector. It is based on the recognition that both the public and the private sectors can benefit by combining their financial resources, as they know and have expertise to improve the delivery of basic services to all citizens. It is one of the alternative means of financing the much-needed public infrastructure and services.
I must take this opportunity to commend Business Botswana and the exemplary leadership of Neo Mago for its steadfast advocacy on behalf of the private sector. Your contribution to policy reform, job creation, and economic diversification have been invaluable. The government recognizes and appreciates the pivotal role you play in advancing Botswana's development agenda. As part of our Vision 2029 target of creating 500,000 jobs, sustainable jobs, Business Botswana's partnership is indispensable. Overcoming these challenges will require united effort between the government, private sector, and the civil society. The expectations placed upon the government to enhance the ease of doing business and create a conducive environment for investment and are well understood. Yet we firmly believe that through robust partnerships, meaningful dialogue, collective action, we can rise to meet these challenges.
The private sector holds immense potential for creating jobs, economic growth and attracting investments, and the government's role is to create an enabling environment for that.
Sales is a powerful reminder of the immense potential of collaboration. It is through partnerships between government and the private sector, between large corporations, small enterprises, the informal sector, across all sectors, that we can unlock real value opportunities, drive economic development, and transform our aspirations into concrete achievements.
Interests are aligned with those of the private sector and fundamentally with those of the country and the need for us to develop this wonderful country of ours and the success that we have attained in the last 50 years to continue. I thank you for also gracing this occasion this evening.
The government is said to be committed to creating trade policies that reduces barriers, enhance market access, and provide businesses with tools they need to navigate complexities of international trade. Khorata Moranyane, BTV News, Gaborone.
In international news, American President-elect Donald Trump has proposed new tariffs on imports and has threatened even more tariffs, especially on Chinese imports. Experts stress the need for world economies to brace themselves as they could be a start of a trade war between superpowers.
Incoming U.S. President Mr. Donald Trump said he would impose a 10% tariff on U.S. imports and 60% on Chinese imports. China has warned on the repercussions of trade tensions.
We don't answer hypothetical questions, but let me just reiterate that there's no winner in a trade war, nor will the world benefit from it.
Due to hike in tariffs for goods from China, some countries have benefited from this move as now companies are relocating from China to their countries.
We should be able to weather this. I actually see these problems as benefits for Thailand. I believe that we can be an investment destination for every country.
Not only does Donald Trump want to impose tariffs on U.S. imports, he also wants to revoke some subsidies on local goods, among them being locally made electric vehicles.
He's already called them, silly in a podcast with Joe Rogan. So he's probably going to roll them back. And that's a positive, right, in terms of the distortions that affect the global economy.
These new Trump tariffs are reported to threaten to harm countries that rely on exports, especially Africa, which already has little trade interaction with the U.S. Laonele Gwale, BTV News.
Up next is sport with Ntabogang Sebetlela.
Thank you very much, Khomozo Mapani. And now Botswana Tonight Sports News follows with me, Ntabogang Sebetlela. Mahalape-based First Division North, a football team, BR Highlanders, won their away game against Maung-based Sankuyu Bushbucks by 4-3 at Maung on Saturday. Marata Kaisara reports.
BR Highlanders started well and found the back of the net through Joseph Ongweng as early as the 5th minute of the game. The Mahalape outfit then got their second goal through Donald Maparing in the 34th minute to give the home side a mountain to climb. Sankuyo then pulled one back through Kabelo Kanjimi in the 40th minute of the game to end the first half with Highlanders leading by 2-1. In the second half, both teams came out with guns blazing, but it was Highlanders who increased their lead just 2 minutes into the second half through Nkweng registering his praise. Sankuyo's marksman, Kanjimi, did not want to be left behind, scoring his second for Bushbucks in the 57th minute to make it 3-2. 67th minute into the game, Moluki Galetsetse scored the fourth and winning goal for the Railway Boys, while Sankuyo could only reduce the margin through Kalisto Mototegi's goal. I'm impressed with my boys' performance, especially Joseph Nkweng, who scored a brace. This was his first game of the season. He has been a substitute in the previous games. I'm also impressed with Moluki Galetsetse, a new striker from Swa Flamingos, who also scored a goal. From here, we'll work on our defense.
Looking at our preparation during the course of the week, everything went well, but we had a crisis on our senior players, regular players, mostly on defense. So that's why we introduced young boys who are not matured enough to match the standard. First division is a high tempo match whereby You need well-grown players.
After this match, BR Highlanders maintains position 4 of the First Division North Block with 7 points, while Sankuyo Bushbuck sit at position 11 with 3 points. Mareta Kaisara, BTV Sports, Maun.
Botswana Badminton Association President Murisa Badubi says they are happy with how the Botswana International Series 2024 competition turned out, despite local players failing to reach the finals of the competition. Pakostrake follows.
Badubi says local players need intense training to be able to compete effectively in competitions of this magnitude.
We have a very youthful team, and we will be working together with this team over the next 4 years to really try and improve our results, to try and really qualify for other major competitions that are coming. So there's a lot of key takeaways from the tournament, and but overall we are very happy with how things turned out.
In the finals matches played on the last day of the competition, Diki Bangestu from Azerbaijan is the winner of the men's singles category after beating Kalombo Mulenga from Zambia with 2 sets of 21-13 and 21-14 to emerge the champion.
Yeah, so far it's good for me. I can get medal in here, so big experience for me. Last time I lose in Zambia, so this time I must win this tournament. So very important.
In the women's singles category, Fatimeth Razek emerged victorious after beating her twin sister Amineth Razek in a heated finals match. Fatimeth won the match with 2 sets of 22-20, 14-21 and 21-15 to become the women's champion.
This was a good tournament. We've been here before as well. This is my second time in Botswana playing this tournament. And the last time we lost doubles in the finals, and unfortunately we didn't make it to the finals in doubles even this year, but I'm happy that I got to play 2 finals in singles and mixed doubles, so this was an overall good tournament. It's time that a badminton player from Maldives has been through to the finals and even won a gold medal for badminton singles event, so this was really historic, and on top of that I was able to play the finals with my twin sister, so that was also very special. So we both kind of made history back in Maldives, so this was really good. This was a good tournament, and unfortunately we lost my mixed doubles match in the finals, and I'm a little upset about that, but I think I'm happy with how I played, so it was overall a really good tournament.
In the doubles category, Agil Gabilov and Diki Pangestu from Azerbaijan are the winners of the men's doubles category after beating Matthew Abela and Maxim Grimblat from Israel with 2 sets of 21-8 and 21-15 to become the champions. In the women's doubles category, Hasini Ambalangwadage and Hasara Wijayarathni from Sri Lanka are the winners after beating Amy Ackerman and Didi Lawrence from South Africa in a mouth-watering finals match, winning the game by 2 sets of 21-18 and 22-20 to win gold. In the mixed doubles category, Agil Gabilov and Era Maftuha from Azerbaijan are the winners after beating Zayan Shahid and Abdul Razek by 2 sets of 23-21 and 21-18. The Botswana International Future Series competition was the last event in the Botswana Badminton Association calendar of events this year. Pako Sterek, BTV Sport, Otse.
And lastly, Tobo Matlasi of BDF Table Tennis Club and Tepiso Rabatenofon Habe Table Tennis Club are the champions of the 8th leg of the Karong Clinic Open Table Tennis Championship in the senior men's and senior women's categories, respectively. Matlasi defeated Mompati Chaba 3-1 to walk away with the senior men's title in finals match played at the Molepole IHS Grounds on Saturday, while Rabatene scooped the senior women's title after beating Salome Matlasi 3-0. Jessica Pilani follows.
Thabo Matlati got into the match on a high note as he won the first set 11-9 against Chabe. In the second set, Chabe faced his own struggles but ultimately demonstrated impressive resilience as he fought through a series of double faults to progress to take the second set 11-9 of Thabo. Seeing this, Matlati came back strong to the third and deciding set 11-8, 14-12 respectively, and taking the match by 3-1 to become the champion of the 2024 Karong Clinics tournament.
The tournament was very tough. It
It was very, very tough. Similar to quarter final, it was a tough tournament. I nearly lost in the quarter final against Tirelo, but I think I will get more experience. Finally, I took an endurance. The hall was too hot, so no go ra re metsi a mantsi. So no metsi a mantsi go ra re ke ina ka ro ke tsa weight, but hella in short the tournament went well.
In the senior women's single, Rebatena, who is seeded number in the rankings, edged Salome Matladi in a drama packed final 12-10, 11-6, 12-10 to win the whole match, 3-love, and walking away with 1,000 Pula prize money.
Me, I had a difficulty match wa final. Ko ne o ke dumelang gore o no le thata, though ke win 3-0. I was relying more on my coach. Ke nna ke mo leba for designing yana gore me wa khona go bona gore me o le o pallwa ke eng ga pallwe ke eng. I had a little bit of pressure mo finaling. I don't know why. Me hela, I think I played well.
Still at this tournament in the under-15 boys category, Tato Kongwana from Buntlen Table Tennis was crowned the champion and walked away with a trophy, gold medal and 600 Pula, while position 2 went to Renele Lukore, who won a silver medal and 400 Pula prize money. The under-15 junior girls category was won by Gabriela Tiaga of Maigana Table Tennis, who won a gold medal trophy and 600 Pula, while Buitla Monkele scooped position 2, leaving the tournament with a silver medal and 400 Pula. Jessica Pilani, BTV Sport, Mulepolole.
Jessica Pilani bring us to the end of our sports update this evening. Now back to Komuso Mapani to remind us of our top leading stories.
President Boko left for Antwerp, Belgium this morning to attend the third FASES conference. Government has committed to ensuring press freedom and independent state-owned media.
And in sports, BR Highlanders defeated Sangoyo Bushbucks 4-3 in the First Division North, a league match played at the weekend.
And Tabogan Sebatlela in sport, bringing us to the end of our bulletin this evening. Tapo Taposa was signing in sign language. Up next is the weather update. BTV News, Ikanyarona.
Coming up in this edition of Eye on SADC, SADC extends a peace mission to the Democratic Republic of Congo. Furthermore, Botswana's president meets with Botswana living in Zimbabwe. And Lesotho's prime minister pays courtesy call on Turkish vice president. Greetings to you and yours, and welcome to Eye on SADC with me, Ndishisha Mfungu. Thank you so much